You're probably thinking, what side hustles are working for people right now? Well, that's exactly why today I'm going to be sharing 4 $100,000 a year side hustles that anyone, even students, can start right now. I will also tell you how much time it takes to learn, how much money you need, and how difficult it is to make $10,000 per month. Side hustle idea 1 is eBay reselling. But isn't eBay dead? It's all about Amazon now, right? Wrong. eBay's latest revenue shows it's not dying, it's growing. I mean, in the second quarter of 2025, they brought in $2.7 billion, which is 6% up year on year. I know this might sound strange, as you probably never really hear about eBay. However, when you understand where this growth is coming from, it all starts to make sense. In the early days, eBay and Amazon were neck and neck, both chasing the same mass market audience. But as Amazon scaled up into a retail giant powered by logistics and prime delivery, eBay quietly pivoted. Rather than competing on speed and convenience, it began dominating in the niches. I'm talking about collectibles, vintage items, refurbished tech, trading cards, and hard-to-find products. In these areas, loyal buyers will still choose eBay over Amazon every single time. I know it's a cliché saying, but the riches are in the niches. Firstly, how much time does eBay reselling take to learn? I'll give this a 1 out of 5, as all you need to do is pick one of the niches I mentioned earlier and dedicate a month of your time to learning how the platform operates. That brings us on to how much money do you need? I'll give this a 1 out of 5 again, as right now, without even knowing it, you're probably sat on a gold mine. And before you say I'm crazy, let me explain. To be successful on eBay, you need to have stock to sell. But before ordering a load of products from a supplier, a useful strategy that most people overlook is warming their eBay account up by selling unused items from around their house. This has so many benefits, such as allowing you to learn the eBay ropes risk-free, warming up your account with some sales history and positive feedback, and making you some fast money that you can then use to reinvest into better stock. So how easy is it to make $10,000 per month? I'll give this one a 2.5 out of 5. It's completely possible to start by selling unused items from around your house, then use that money as a starting fund to scale up to making over 6 figures. Does that mean it's going to be super easy? Of course not. You'll need to stay on top of your listings, constantly updating them and making sure your prices stay competitive. Side hustle idea 2 is brand deal flipping. This is essentially when you connect an influencer and a brand and take a cut for yourself. It's what's known as a middleman side hustle. The crazy thing about all of this is the opportunity is only growing. In May 2025, the New York Times announced that for the first time, Americans watch more streaming content than cable and broadcast TV combined. And guess what? The top streaming platform was Netflix, Amazon Prime, maybe Disney? No, it was actually YouTube, with a whopping 12.5% of TV viewership, with its closest rival being Netflix at 7.5%. That's why brands are throwing more money than ever at online creators. And if you can be the middleman that negotiates the deals, then you can take a big slice of the profits. But why wouldn't influencers just get the brand deals themselves? Well, I want you to think about the biggest companies in the world. Airbnb doesn't own a single property. Uber doesn't own any cars. Amazon started by just connecting buyers and sellers, and DoorDash helps you order food. They're all middleman businesses, just like brand deal flipping, and they work so well because of convenience. It's really convenient for an influencer to work with someone like you who can handle the deal, so all they have to do is focus on creating great content. Let's get to the ratings. Firstly, how much time does brand deal flipping take to learn? I'm going to give this a 2 out of 5. As a brand deal flipper, your main job is to bridge two worlds, the creators, who are usually younger, and the people running the big brands, who are typically older. The real value lies in managing both sides of that relationship. As long as you understand YouTube, you've already done half the work. If you then take the time to understand how brands operate, you're onto a winner. Secondly, how much money do you need? I'm going to give this a 0 out of 5 because all you need is a laptop and a bit of time to invest into building your connections. Thirdly, how easy is it to make $10,000 per month? I'll give this a 2 out of 5. The hardest part is convincing people to work with you. Once you do this, earning $10,000 a month is more than achievable. Think about it this way. Let's say you find one brand who books just 5 influencers through you each month. Each influencer has an average deal value of $7,000, and your margin is 30%. From one brand alone and just 5 influencer partnerships, you have an agency doing $400,000 a year in revenue and netting around $10,000 a month in profit. And these are not unrealistic numbers at all. These are completely possible in the influencer economy that we live in today. Side hustle idea 4 is video editing. There's no reason you can't do this, as the demand for skilled editors is only growing. In fact, video now makes up 82.5% of all global internet traffic. This means companies need to create video content, otherwise they're invisible. As we speak, they're urgently looking for people who can take their message and turn it into something people actually want to watch. Once you become good, you'll be able to charge a lot, as you'll be directly increasing the company's revenue. But won't video editors just be replaced by AI? Good question, and here's the truth. Yes, AI can cut clips and sync to a beat, but there are 2 main reasons why it will never replace real editors. First, emotion. It can't feel tension, build anticipation, or spot the moment that gives you goosebumps. Second, AI can't innovate. It can only imitate. It studies what's already been done and then copies those patterns. Real editors do the opposite. They don't copy, they create. So yes, AI will be a tool editors use a lot. However, it won't be a suitable replacement. So let's have a look at my ratings. First, how much time does video editing take to learn? I'd give this one a 3 out of 5. Look, video editing isn't something you master overnight, but it's also something that doesn't take years to learn. Master the basics first, like how to cut, pace, and add music. Then practice putting together a story. If you can make a viewer feel something or keep them watching until the end, you've already cracked 80% of what makes an editor valuable. Next, how much money do you need? This is definitely a 1 out of 5. Video editing is one of those rare skills where you can start with almost nothing. If you've got a half-decent laptop and an internet connection, you're good to go. Of course, you can save up and invest in paid software, a faster laptop, or even better storage, but none of those things are required to start earning. In fact, some of the best editors I know began on laptops that could barely export a 1080p clip. So don't wait until you've got the perfect setup. Start with what you got, learn the craft, and the upgrades will follow the income, not the other way around. Lastly, how easy is it to make $10,000 per month? I'll give this one a 3 out of 5, because here's the honest truth. In the beginning, you'll probably take on smaller jobs, like editing TikToks and Reels for smaller creators or businesses. But don't overlook them. These smaller jobs are going to lay the groundwork for your future earnings. They're your ticket to building a strong portfolio, and that's what attracts the higher-paying clients. If you take on multiple clients per month, then you'll reach that 10K mark in no time.